What is up guys, Solheim here, back with another Season of Mastery video. So Blizzard recently put out some information regarding the Season of Mastery servers, including server names and server types, and with the name reservation happening tomorrow, I think we gotta make a video and talk a little bit about choosing a server in the Season of Mastery, and I'll go at this from a different angle than me just speculating and showing you the server names, as I could have made an incredibly clickbait video like huge news for Season of Mastery, as we finally have server names available, but instead I want to help you guys find out which server you should actually choose, and we'll do this by taking a look at some Reddit polls. Basically, we have some Reddit posts where people vote for which server they will play on, as well as which faction they will play, and even though these votes aren't used by everyone, there's still a lot of people voting, and I think it's fair to say it at least shows a somewhat representative expectation of what could end up happening in Season of Mastery. So the goal of this video is to go through the server names for Season of Mastery, look at which servers will be the most popular, and which ones will be the least popular, and finally look at which faction will be dominant on which servers. I know some of you want to play on the most popular server so you don't have the risk of your server completely dying, and I also know some of people want to straight up avoid the most popular servers due to the possibility of login queues, and that is why I'm making this video. So first off, let's take a look at the server announcement. For US and Australia we have 8 different servers. For US East you have 2 PvP servers called Barman Shanker and Jumgabar, and 1 PvE server or normal server called Shadowstrike. For US West you also have 2 PvP servers, Mutinous and Nightfall, and 1 PvE or normal server called Obsidian Edge. For Australia you have 1 PvP server which is Swamp of Sorrows, and you have 1 PvE or normal server which is Lionheart. For EU we have 5 different servers. 3 of those are PvP servers, and they are called Bone Scythe, Dreadnought and Ironfoe. There are also 2 PvE servers or normal servers, and they are called Kingsfall and Quel'Serrar. I am also assuming that if there is enough interest in the game, they will open up even more servers for the launch itself, and the name reservation is one way they can find out the interest before the launch itself. So if every server becomes high population, or even becomes full during the name reservations, they will probably open up even more servers, just like they did in Classic WoW, where they severely underestimated the amount of servers they would need. But this time I don't think they will need to add as many servers as they had to back then. Okay, let's look at some statistics, and first let's look at the North American servers. Right here you will see the overall percentages of the servers, showing that Jumgabar and Shadowstrike will most likely be the 2 big servers, and this chart right here also shows you that 65% will play Alliance, and 35% will play Horde. I really wish that the guy who made this post on Reddit would have done what the other guy did for EU, which we'll get to in a second, as he broke down the faction choices by servers as well, showing the percentages of factions on each individual server, so you can see which faction would be in the majority, but I will leave a Reddit link in the description down below, so you can see the server-specific discords, where most of them have Alliance and Horde roles, so you can see which one is in the majority. I will also leave a link to the polls as well, just in case they get updated, so you can check them out, and all of that will be under the resources category in the video description. Moving on to Europe, this poll is amazing, and let's just get right into it. So for Europe, we have 2,346 votes at the time of recording this video, and based on these votes we can see that there are 2 popular PvP servers, with the last one just 10% behind, and when it comes to PvE there is only really 1 popular server at the moment, which is Kingsfall. That being said, we can also look at the faction divide on each individual server. So for example, for Bone Scythe, we're just looking to be the least popular PvP server, 52% are planning to go Horde, while 48% are planning to go Alliance. If you go over to Dreadnought, which is currently the most popular PvP server based on this survey, 56% are planning to go Alliance, while 44% are planning to go Horde. For Iron Foe, which is almost just as popular as Dreadnought, and being the second most popular server, 60% are planning to go Alliance, while 40% are planning to go Horde. What actually really surprises me here is that all of the PvP servers are actually pretty balanced when it comes to faction balance, and the only one being a bit skewed is Iron Foe. And what surprises me even more is that one of the PvP servers is actually in the majority for Horde players, which is really surprising based on statistics showing that 65% of players will play Alliance in Season of Mastery. That being said, when we go over to PvE servers, this will make a little bit more sense. For King's Fall, which is looking to be the most popular PvE server by far for Europe, 76% are planning to go Alliance, while 24% are planning to go Horde. When it comes to Quel'Serrar, the least popular PvE server by far, 65% are planning to go Alliance, while 35% are planning to go Horde. So while PvP servers are actually fairly balanced, PvE servers are obviously Alliance favored, but that doesn't really matter, at least not for World PvP, as it's a PvE server. But if you want to play on a server where you know your faction will be in the majority, well, at least now you have some statistics to look at, and even though it's only about 2,000 votes for NA and 2,500 votes for EU, it is still a decent amount of people, and I believe the percentages shown here will be fairly accurate for the launch of Season of Mastery as well. Once again, there is a possibility of more servers being added between tomorrow and the launch itself, and one of the main purposes behind having a name reservation before the release is to find out whether or not adding more servers is necessary, because in the end, Reddit posts only gives us an accurate representation of people that actually browse Reddit, while name reservations will give us an actual clear indication on which server will be full and which ones will be less popular, and whether or not we actually need more servers. That being said though, one of the things these Reddit polls as well as the Discord servers does provide us in advance, which is something we don't get an indication of whenever choosing a server in the game, is which faction is in the majority and which one is in the minority. But yeah, keep an eye out on the server lists tomorrow, make a character on the realm you think you want to play on, and if you see that server becomes incredibly popular to the point where there will probably be login queues, you can easily delete that character and make a character somewhere else to reserve your name. But keep in mind that you can only have one character during the name reservation period, so you will have to delete the one you currently have if you want to reserve a name on a different server. For those of you asking which server I am going to play on, I'll be choosing a PvE server this time around, as I did a PvP server in Classic WoW, and I want something different this time. So right now my eyes are on King's Fall for EU and Shadowstrike for NA. Yes, I'm going to play both regions. One last thing I want to mention is that I do have a Discord server, which you can find a link to in the video description if you want to join an awesome community for Season of Mastery, so make sure you join that one. If you did enjoy the video, please consider dropping a like on it. It really helps my channel out and I honestly really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe for more Season of Mastery content. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.